You are waking up already tired, shuffling to the bathroom 3 or 4 times a night, wondering why your body feels weaker every year? Most men assume this is just normal aging, but it isn't. I'm Celeste Rowan, and for years at Strong and Ageless, I've helped men protect their vitality, their energy, and their dignity. One daily habit most men ignore quietly inflames the body and drains your power. Today, I'll show you how to protect it naturally. Tell me where you're watching from, and if this helps you, like and subscribe to Strong and Ageless so I can reach more men like you. Also, if you are ready to take immediate action, check out my 7-day natural protocol to regain stamina and male power through the link pinned in the first comment below. But here's what most people don't realize. Most performance problems don't actually begin where you think they do. They begin quietly upstream in the bloodstream long before you ever feel a symptom. I see this every single week. Men come in worried about weak energy, lack of drive, or waking up all night, and they are told everything is fine for their age, yet their symptoms keep getting worse. What's often happening beneath the surface is chronic low-grade inflammation. As we age past 50 and 60, the body changes how it handles stress, food, and recovery. Inflammation becomes easier to trigger and harder to shut off. You don't feel it like a sore shoulder. It's more like a slow internal smolder, just enough heat to irritate sensitive tissues over time. The male system sits at a crossroads of circulation, hormones, and immune activity. That makes it useful when you're younger, but vulnerable as you age. When inflammatory chemicals circulate through the blood day after day, your tissues respond by swelling slightly. Flow weakens, urgency increases, and your natural power fades. What frustrates many men is that no one explains this connection. You're told it's just age, but aging itself isn't the cause. Inflammation is. Aging simply makes your body less forgiving of the same habits you tolerated at 40. One of the biggest drivers I see is insulin resistance. As the body becomes less responsive to insulin, blood sugar stays elevated longer after meals. That excess sugar acts like fuel for inflammation. Add in processed foods and frequent alcohol, and you create an internal environment that keeps the immune system switched halfway on all the time. Alcohol plays a particularly quiet role. Many men don't drink heavily, but they drink regularly. Evening drinks may feel relaxing, but alcohol increases inflammatory signaling and disrupts sleep hormones. The body doesn't forget what you did the night before. This is where temporary fixes fall short because they don't remove the inflammatory source. Until inflammation is addressed systemically, symptoms tend to creep back. The good news is that inflammation responds quickly when you give the body the right signals. I've watched men notice improvements in energy and nighttime comfort within weeks once inflammation begins to calm. For a step-by-step guide on cooling this inflammation and reclaiming your strength, click the link in the comments for my 7-day natural protocol to regain stamina and male power. One of the simplest daily habits starts first thing in the morning: hydration. Overnight, your blood becomes more concentrated and inflammatory compounds are thicker. Drinking water early helps dilute those signals and improves circulation to pelvic tissues. It's about consistency. Omega-rich foods are another quiet protector. Healthy fats found in fish and olive oil help shift the body away from inflammatory chemistry. Think support, not perfection. Evening sugar reduction may be the most overlooked habit of all. Lowering nighttime sugar reduces inflammatory signaling during sleep when repair is supposed to occur. Your body doesn't need extreme diets. It needs clarity. When inflammation decreases, tissue softens and flow improves naturally. But inflammation isn't the biggest trigger I see. The next habit affects your hormones directly, and almost no one talks about it. Testosterone isn't just about sex drive. In fact, one of its most important roles after 60 is protecting your overall vitality. I often meet men who are shocked when I tell them this because for decades they've been warned that testosterone is dangerous, but that belief is outdated. The truth is, it's not testosterone that creates problems, it's hormonal imbalance. When testosterone falls too low, estrogen quietly rises to take its place. In the male body, excess estrogen promotes inflammation, fluid retention, and tissue swelling. After age 60, testosterone decline accelerates because the brain sends weaker signals and sleep quality declines. It becomes a loop. Low testosterone increases inflammation, and inflammation further lowers testosterone. This is why many men feel slower and less driven. Confidence fades, motivation drops. Many assume it's aging, but biologically, much of it is hormonal signaling drifting out of balance. Supporting testosterone at this stage of life is not about bodybuilding, it's about restoring stability. One of the most powerful tools is resistance movement. Simple muscle engagement sends a signal to the brain that testosterone is still needed. Morning sunlight is another surprisingly potent signal. Exposure to natural light early in the day helps regulate the rhythm that governs testosterone release. Even 15 minutes outside can make a meaningful difference. Sleep timing matters just as much as sleep length. Testosterone is released primarily during deep sleep. Late nights or falling asleep in front of the television fragment this process. What often holds men back is fear of making things worse. But natural hormone support through lifestyle reminds the body how to function. The actionable habit I encourage most is 10 to 20 minutes of resistance-based movement. It tells your nervous system this body is still in use. That signal protects testosterone levels and reduces irritation over time. When testosterone is balanced, inflammation decreases and urinary flow becomes stronger. Many men notice fewer nighttime trips and improved confidence simply because their internal chemistry stabilizes. Waking up at night to urinate is not always a bladder problem. In many men, it's a sleep hormone problem. Your body relies on a hormone called ADH to reduce urine production at night. When sleep is deep, ADH rises naturally, telling the kidneys to slow down so you can rest 6 to 8 hours. But when sleep is fragmented, ADH release drops. The kidneys keep producing urine as if it's daytime. This is why you wake up multiple times. Fragmented sleep is incredibly common after 60. Each awakening disrupts the process further. Late eating plays a major role. Heavy meals close to bedtime keep insulin elevated and prevent deep sleep. Alcohol suppresses ADH and increases urine production. When sleep deprivation continues, inflammation rises, cortisol increases, and testosterone drops. This creates a cycle where poor sleep worsens your symptoms, and those symptoms further disrupt sleep. The emotional toll is heavy. Men plan their days around bathrooms and fear travel. That exhaustion erodes mood and focus. But sleep responds quickly when adjusted gently. Establish a firm digestive cutoff at least 3 hours before bed. When digestion quiets, sleep hormones rise more fully. Pair that with limiting fluids 2 hours before bed, and you reduce overnight volume. If you want to accelerate this recovery and see results in just 1 week, my 7-day natural protocol to regain stamina and male power is available at the link in the pinned comment. The next habit that shocks most men isn't about what you eat. It's about how long you sit. Your tissues depend on healthy blood flow every single day. Prolonged sitting restricts pelvic blood flow more aggressively than time ever could. When you sit for long periods, pressure builds. Veins compress, oxygen delivery drops, and waste products accumulate. This creates pelvic congestion, a slow pooling of fluid that leads to swelling. It creates pressure and the sensation of needing to go even when you aren't full. Many men notice their symptoms worsen after long drives or extended television time. When circulation stalls, you are irritated mechanically, not chemically. This issue often intensifies after retirement when movement patterns change. Sitting hours quietly double without you realizing it. At the same time, movement begins to feel risky, but restoring circulation doesn't require intense exercise. It needs motion. Walking is one of the most powerful circulation tools available. It activates the pelvic pump. Standing breaks are equally important. Simply standing up every 45 minutes releases compression. It allows blood to re-enter tissues that have been starved of oxygen. Gentle hip rotations or light stretching further open circulation channels. When muscles soften, circulation improves. It is never too late. Circulation responds at any age. One simple habit is a daily pelvic reset. Every hour you're awake, stand or walk for 2 minutes. Those small interruptions prevent congestion from building. The fear you've been carrying quietly is understandable. Most men never talk about these problems. They endure the nighttime trips and the loss of control in silence, wondering if their body is failing them. I want you to know this. Changes after 60 are common, but they are not a sentence to decline. They are signals, and signals can be answered. I've watched men in their 70s tell me they're sleeping through the night again because their bodies finally received the right signals. Aging is not the body breaking down, it's the body requiring different input. What worked at 40 no longer works at 60. You are not broken, and you are not too late. The male body retains an incredible capacity for repair when inflammation calms, hormones stabilize, and circulation improves. These systems talk to one another. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need extreme diets or punishing workouts. You need repetition of the right signals. There is dignity in caring for your health out of respect for the life you've built and the family that depends on you. When you take care of yourself, you're protecting your sleep, your confidence, and your independence. These habits are daily acts of self-respect. If you found this valuable, join our community by subscribing to Strong and Ageless so you never miss guidance created specifically for men like you. Men over 50 deserve clear, honest information. You shouldn't have to guess what's normal or what's reversible. This channel exists for education over fear and strength through knowledge. My goal is to help you make calm, confident decisions. When you understand what's happening beneath the surface, confidence returns. That constant feeling of being at the mercy of your body begins to fade. The real solution isn't a miracle pill. It's the power of daily habits compounding over time. 5 protective signals repeated consistently can restore your life. Nothing extreme, just alignment with how your body actually works now. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be informed. Remember to check the pinned comment for the 7-day natural protocol to regain stamina and male power to start your journey today. Take care of your health because you are worth it.